we are back with part 2 of our body confidence series with Pia Schiavo-Campo. Pia, welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
Part 2.
Part 2, let's do it.
Let's do it. And today we are talking about fighting the diet culture.
That's right.
Ooh, that's a hot button. That is a hot button. I know people have heard me say this many times, but I call them drug dealers, the diet industry.
You're right. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
What are we going to do with them, Pia? What are we going to do with this diet? Oh, if you're not like a size 2, you have no self-worth. What are we going to do with it? What are we going to do with them?
I think it's time for sort of radical solutions. And I think that a lot of people, a lot of activists are already sort of starting to do that. We're bombarded with images, right? Yes. Of thin women and having to fit into this cultural ideal that maybe 1% of the population actually looks like, right? Yeah. And that's a really big problem when so many women, the majority of this population is a size 14 or up. Yeah. And at the end of the day, we know there's proof that diets don't work, right? They don't work, you go on them, and you go on them because you want to look like somebody else. Yeah. I don't think that most women go on diets because they feel great about themselves.
Right.
And you have to start that way. You have to start feeling good about yourself. That's number one. Yeah,
absolutely. Because if you don't feel good about yourself, there's that old saying, love yourself and the world will love you back. But you have to start there. You do. On the diet pills that you see in all the grocery stores, all the drugstores, you have this woman, this tiny little woman who, has been photoshopped. Like, let's be honest.
Absolutely.
And, it's just like we pick it up and say that, that's the ideal. But it's not. That's not reality.
It's not.
And, the diet industry, the multi-billion-dollar diet industry with all the advertising dollars and, it's just bombarded. But we just have to stop listening. Don't you agree?
I really do. Like you said, the diet industry is making a tremendous amount of money. And they're totally in cahoots also with the health industry, the so-called health industry, and working with doctors to sell patients pills that they don't need. What you really need is a really good dose of self-esteem and self-love. Yeah. And that comes at a price. It comes at the price of working hard for it, of standing up for yourself. When people make comments about your weight, whether it's your family or your friends or your doctor, it's not an easy thing to do. But I think it's possible. I do.
I do too. And it all starts with loving yourself.
Absolutely does.
Definitely. Yeah. Pia, thank you so much. That was wonderful. Next week when you come back, we're going to be talking about healthy at any size.
That's right.
I love it. Make sure you join us next episode for part 3.